Hey, what is up guys, it's Navenger, and today I have for you a Halo 4 commentary. The background gameplay is Infinity Slayer on Haven. I believe I'm playing with Screamo Yak, and I'm pretty sure it's a pretty good game. I'm not exactly positive, but I hope so. But anyway, that's not the point. The point of this commentary is actually more of a rant than it is a commentary, and I'm going to be talking about the worst professor I have ever had in my entire schooling career. I say professor, but it could also encompass a teacher from high school, but no, this lady is just the devil. She is my statistical applications in business professor, and she is absolutely evil. So, I guess I'll set the scene for you. When the scheduling comes around for the next semester's classes, everyone goes online to our school website and picks their classes online. And the way it works is they stagger it. Juniors go first, then sophomores, then freshmen. And there's some other weird things in there like priority scheduling for athletes and all that other stuff. But basically it's juniors, sophomores, then freshmen in that order. So I am a business major. Right now I'm an accounting major. And last semester I went to pick my classes for this one. And all the juniors went before me. And all the priority scheduling people went before me. And you may think, oh, that's only one class and a couple athletes. That won't make that much of a difference. But it does. So I went to pick my classes, and I had them all picked out ahead of time. I had my schedule exactly lined up how I wanted it. All I had to do was the day of scheduling, log on, and insert a bunch of numbers into our website that would schedule all my classes for me. So I think it was like 8 a.m. rolls around, time for me to schedule. I go onto the website and I type in the numbers, and they're all closed. All of my classes are closed, every single one of them. And so what that means is they already filled up from the priority scheduling and the juniors that scheduled before me. And so I am pretty much stuck right now because at this point, all of the sophomores are trying to schedule, and if I don't act fast, a lot more classes are going to be closed up. So at this point, I don't have a schedule, and so I need to just start scheduling classes. And so I do that. I just start scheduling. The times of my classes are not ideal. I'm getting all kinds of messed up here, and I get some pretty bad times and some pretty bad professors. My statistical applications professor is probably the worst one I could have ever possibly picked out. So she's this really old Chinese lady. Actually, I think she might be Vietnamese, but I picked her, I believe it was her 10 a.m. class, 10 to 10:50, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And I didn't think anything of it, because at this point I was just scheduling to schedule so I could get my schedule. That was a lot of schedules. But anyway, so I pick all my classes, finally got my schedule worked out, and then I decided to go look on ratemyprofessor.com, which is a website for college students that they can go on and see what their professors are like, what average rating they get, good or bad, whether they should pick them or not. And so all my professors are pretty good. None of them have too bad of ratings. A couple of them have some pretty low ones, but nothing too bad. So then I go and look at my statistical applications in business professor, and her rating was so low that it was tied for the lowest at our college. And our college isn't small. It's not big. It's probably a medium-sized college. And so there are a lot of professors at the school, and so to be tied for the worst is definitely not a good sign. And so I was thinking to myself, I was like, alright, well, I can't do much about it. The only thing I can do is just go, and hopefully it's not as bad as everyone thinks, because a lot of times people over-exaggerate, or they're just too lazy, and they always over-exaggerate how bad the professor actually is. So I get to class the first day. It's this short old lady, and I said to myself, I was like, she doesn't look that bad. Well, I was wrong. So we get our syllabus, and she's going over it, and she's pretty much laying down the law, saying we have 6 absences, or she's gonna fail us, not drop us, but fail us, and all this other stuff. She's telling us how to get in contact with her. She has email and phone. Don't call her because she won't answer it because she doesn't like her students. If you email her, it better not be about the homework if you were absent, because she won't help you. If you weren't in class, you need to get the notes from another student or a friend or something. because if you email her about what we missed or what we went over in class that day, she frankly told us she's not going to help you. She won't even respond. She'll just delete it right away. And so most professors, if you miss class, they're pretty cool about it, because they'll just email you back, be like, oh, this is kind of what we went over, read this in your book, that's that. But this lady claims that, oh, I can't go over every single thing we did in class because it'll take me 45 minutes because that's how long the class is, yada, yada, yada. And she's just being a little you-know-what about it, and, she's just being lazy. I was like, alright, whatever, I don't miss class that often, that won't affect me. So anyway, syllabus week is over, we start getting into the schoolwork, and she's literally a horrible professor. So we have these PowerPoints that we go over every class, and they're pretty much lessons, and she flies through them. She'll just skip through maybe 4 or 5 PowerPoints at a time, and she won't even go over them. She'll just kind of briefly talk about them. And then she gives us like 50 problems of homework, and she just expects us to know how to do them. And we can't go to her help because her office hours are at 5:30 in the morning, because she says she's a morning person. Really, I just think that's because she doesn't want to have to deal with people. But anyway, so she's not very available to help, and you can't email her because she won't help you. And if you ask questions in class, she grills you and just gives you the worst answers ever, and she's just very rude. And so literally, I'm learning nothing in that class. I'm having to go to the tutor pretty much, I don't want to say a lot, but a decent amount of times I'm having to go to the library and get help from different students that have her or have a different professor that actually teaches them. And so this homework, we got a homework assignment the other day, and it was, I don't even think it was that much, but it was very hard to do. It took me and one of my friends 6.5 hours to do, and we didn't even finish it all. It was maybe 20 problems. That's how much she doesn't teach us, if that makes any sense at all. She just goes through the PowerPoints and doesn't teach. I don't understand how she hasn't been fired yet, because our school puts out these teacher review things at the end of the year, and they say they help, but they don't help. There's no way they can help. If the administration at my school actually took into account what people said on these things, there is absolutely no way she would still be there. The only thing I can think of is she doesn't do them. I don't know. It's not the end of the semester yet. I don't know if she actually does them or not. I think she's required to. But I can't imagine the administration reads them, because she's still there. But anyway, guys, that's my worst professor. I hope you guys enjoyed my rant, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace.